in marketing, guys, there's message market fit, right? We have to find a message and market fit. Some of your audience, your ideal clients, that message, communication, connection. Let's put this in perspective, right? Let's assume that 100 of your ideal clients are in the room with you right now, and they're watching your content. If you talk about communication, connection, that might get the attention of, let's say, 15% of the room. Even though 100% of them are yours, but it might trigger the attention of only 15 of those 100. Does that make sense? So this is where, if you created a lead magnet or you sold a tripwire that was on communication and connection, you marketed that, you might get only 15 people interested. Now, what do you do with the other 85, right? They're still your ideal client. Well, this is where you then create another training or another book or something, whatever you're doing to sell as a tripwire on a totally different topic. So you might create another tripwire on community and safety, right? And if you ran that, it might be a 60-minute training that you turn into a mini course and you sold that for $27 as well on community and safety. That might get the attention of 10% of the room, right? So now you're at 25. So what do you do with the other 75? What's another topic? That topic, that might get another 20% of the room. Does that make sense? So this is where it's so important to have either create lead magnets that you can give away for free in multiple different topics, right? And because it's gonna get the attention of every single person in the room differently, right? Like for me, for example, I help people scale, I help people get to 100K months in their business, online business, right? So if I just talk about how to help you scale to 100K months in your business, that might just get 10% of the attention of my 100 clients. But if I created a course that has everything to do with how to create low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket offers, that might get the attention of 20%. I might create another course that has something on messaging and storytelling. That might get 30% of the people, communications, right? Things like that. If I did another one on sales, just selling online, how do you sell? How do you persuade? How do you influence? That might get 30% of the room. If I talk about traffic, how to drive traffic, organic traffic, paid traffic, outreach traffic, all of these things, that might get the rest of my audience. So this is why you have to create multiple things. And yes, I would encourage you create those multiple things and just sell them. Sell them as low ticket, small tripwires or low ticket offers. Yeah, it's kind of like my wife, right? I made her an offer. Like made her a tripwire up. I asked her out, right? An offer that if you don't make is an offer they can't take. And if I wasn't, courageous enough to make her an offer to go on a date with me, we wouldn't be having this amazing life, 2 beautiful children, living our very best life, running our dream business, having houses in multiple countries, right? We wouldn't be doing that if I did not make her an offer. And it doesn't have to be a mini course. It could be a PDF. It could be a small mini book. It could be anything. Like it could be a checklist. And just sell it. Sell for $7, $10, $11. It doesn't matter, right?